Now it's time for our topic of the week. Indonesian retailers have launched their annual sales promotion with special prices and big discounts to boost sales during Ramadan as well as Idul Fitri shopping seasons in the middle of rising concerns about the decline of purchasing power here that is happening in Indonesia.
The Indonesian Retailers Associations, or APRindo, officially launched the Friday Mubarak sales program at the end of February to increase sales during the one-month Ramadan and Idul Fitri sales campaign. Supported by more than 150 national retail brands, the annual sales promotions, often called Lebaran sales, are held in major shopping malls in the country's major cities with special prices and discounts. The chairman of APRindo, Solihin, said that Friday Mubarak is not just a promotional program, but a strategic step in supporting the growth of the retail sector, which has yet to fully recover from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Solihin said this sales promotion program is targeted to book a turnover of up to 2.5 trillion rupiah, about $1.5 billion per day, with total transactions projected to reach 77 trillion rupiah during the period of February 28 to March 28, 2025. The figure shows an increase of 50 to 69% compared to the regular period. A launch of this program was held at the Hypermart Puri, West Jakarta, and was also carried out simultaneously at 5 other locations, namely Superindo Semarang City, Alfamart Lampung, Indomaret, Dairi Regency, and Alfamart. APRindo also collaborates with the Coordinating Ministry for the Economy, Coordinating Ministry for Food, Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Cooperatives and Space, and Ministry of Industries, Ministry of Agriculture, State Logistic Agency Bulog, and National Food Agency or Bapaunas in organizing the Friday Mubarak sales promotion. Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Erlangga Hartarto, said that the collaboration between the national retailers and the government in Friday Mubarak is also an example of good synergy in maintaining people's purchasing power and ensuring the availability of basic necessities. In addition to Friday Mubarak, the Association of Indonesian Retailers and Shopping Center Tenants, or HIPINDO, and the Indonesian Shopping Center Management Associations, or APBI, are also holding special promotional events during Ramadan and ahead of Idul Fitri at all their outlets. The promotional event, called Belanja di Indonesia Aja or BINA, is supported by the Ministry of Trade. The Ministry of Trade is targeting retailers to pocket transactions worth 36.3 trillion rupiah through the BINA promotion program. Minister of Trade Budi Santoso said that micro, small and medium enterprises or MSMEs are offering special prices and discounts of up to 70% in almost 600 malls in the country during the promotional event, which is held from March the 14th to March the 30th. Retail sales in Indonesia have been on the decline lately due to weaker consumer spending. However, retailers hope that the mandatory holiday bonuses for private employees and civil servants are expected to push up retail sales during the Ramadan and Idul Fitri shopping season. The government has in fact decided to disburse the bonuses for civil servants, which will total 50 trillion rupiah earlier on March 17, 10 days before the Idul Fitri. The private employees and civil servants usually use their annual bonus to pay food, clothes, and transportation costs for the Idul Fitri homecoming trips.
Let's go to our discussion of the week now here on Economic Outlook. Indonesia's major retailers have launched various sales promotion to attract buyers during Ramadan and Lebaran shopping season amid the people's declining purchasing power. So we are going to talk more and dive more into this. We have Bapak Roy Mande, the head of Indonesian Affiliate Global Retailers Association, or AGRA, and we are going to discuss the prospect of the shopping enthusiasm people do have during Ramadan this year. Welcome, Pak Roy, again on Economic Outlook. Thank you for being here again to discuss about Ramadan season. We know, we always see a lot of discounts, a lot of sales during Ramadan season. But I'm just curious, from the AGRA's perspective, how is the enthusiasm of the people during Ramadan this year?
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me to attend in this TVRA World, Lucia. Okay, according about the situation and the condition right now, Indonesia have many challenges, yes. As I mentioned that last year to be as a challenging year, but right now, in this year, I mentioned that to be as a challenging and anomaly year. Why I mentioned about the anomaly year? Because as we know that our growth of economy is looks like a beauty.
Okay.
As we know that from the BPS said around the 5 or 3%. But in the other side, we know that of tax ratio of our Indonesia country is declined right now. It means that the situation for the many industries, many industrial right now is declining. And what's the impact of the declining? Is talking about the PHK. We mentioned that the PHK.
The layoffs.
Yeah, layoff the employee, layoff the people, and so on. So when the people lay off, so they don't have the purchasing power, right? Because they need look for the job, and they need to save the money during they are searching the job or working at another place. And as we know that the middle class in Indonesia, according of the BPS indicator, was declined is around the 47 million people.
Wow.
Okay. From the last year around the 35, but right now was declined, and they mentioned about the 47 million people decreasing from the middle class. So it means that they are going to be as a poor. So that is a problem when we are talking about how to look the situation, the fact of the situation in the purchasing power. And that will be impact to our economy,
of course,
especially for the retailers. Our productivity in retailers, most of the productivity usually came from the Ramadan season. In every year, we can take around almost the 50-55% in the year to take a best productivity.
Just from the Ramadan season.
From the Ramadan season. So the rest of the months is talking about the normal, and it depends on the situation of the economic, politic, and so on. But the Ramadan, especially the season of the Ramadan, usually as our biggest omset, our biggest productivity in the retail. So when we face it with this situation, the fact of the situation, that is not so easy for us. As you know that we launched many programs right now for giving the best promotion to the to the customer. But that is to be a problem when the purchasing power does not yet.
I see.
So many things should think for the government to make a solution for this thing.
Of course. I mean, it seems like from just from what you mentioned just now, it seems like the future is rather gloomy. And this decline of purchasing power has been going on for years now, ever since the COVID happened, and it hasn't jumped back again.
Yes.
Based on your observation, Pak Roy, you mentioned just now that in terms of the percentage of sales, Ramadan is usually will take up about 50 to 55% of sales. So what's your prediction of what's going to happen this year, considering that our economy is unwell right now, and also we have, like the policy of work from anywhere, which means more people are more focusing on going on holidays rather than celebrating and shopping in the city and going to the malls.
I see. We hope that around from the 10 to 15% can take a more productivity from the month of the same month of at the last year.
Okay.
So because as we know that the government still gave the bantuan langsung tunai, gave the any subsidized for the transportation. As you know that 14% can give a discount to when you want to take with the airplane.
Yeah.
And the tollway, the government give around the 20% discount to give any opportunity for any people wants to back to their village and so on. So the electricity, as you know that the government give the discount, but this month is not anymore. And many programs.
Do you think it's successful
in the
though,
retailers?
so far?
Yeah, in the retailers, the government and with the retailers launched the last week Friday Mubarak.
Okay.
That is a good, sounds good for the people right now. But as I mentioned that before, the problem is not only for impacting of any programs and any discount, any promotion from the retailers. It's mean that it's important things how to increase the revenue for the people of Indonesia, the customer in Indonesia. The government not only give just only give a moment things like in this Ramadan, and after Ramadan there is no discount, there is no anymore.
Okay.
It is it will be difficult to the peoples and the customer.
So what do you recommend that the government should take action?
Yeah, there are some recommend to the government. The government, in our opinion, not only the all programs right now is working. It's working, and we think it's good and different from the before. But it's important things how to raise the entrepreneur. In Indonesia called the kewirausahaan, the entrepreneur for the rate of people.
So you're saying
for
more
the
jobs should be
middle
created.
people, yes, right.
Yeah.
For instance, what kind of the entrepreneur can easily from the government giving to the people? How to build the warung? Warung, we call it the hawkers or the warung. It can do in front of the people livings or the people house, and then they can make an entrepreneur and giving them the skill, the knowledge how to be as an entrepreneur, and many things. So it is important things how to develop their purchasing power. That is important.
I understand your point right there, Pak Roy. So creating something that is more sustainable instead of just giving temporary solutions to the people.
Yes.
And lastly, my last question here, Pak Roy, you see that our trend so far has been going down for purchasing power since the COVID. So do you think that is it still possible for the retail sector to return to its pre-pandemic glory? When do we expect this to happen?
Yeah, I don't think so, because when there's no program for the peoples in Indonesia, especially for the mid-level and the low level, our brother and sisters, as a masyarakat miskin, the poor people, I think we cannot make a more significantly than after the and then when the pandemic came. Because why? Because the most of the people in the medium and the below of the pyramid is most of the people in Indonesia.
Right.
And they have suffer right now struggling, and right now it's mean the government have to raise up them.
I agree. The government needs to step in, especially in this really dire situation, our economic condition that is happening in Indonesia at the moment. Okay, thank you so much, Bapak Roy Mande, for our chit chat this morning, and we'll see you again next time on Economic Outlook.
Thank you
for your
very much.
insights.